Welcome to Prep the Plate. I'm Chef Rick Bovino, and today we'll be preparing chicken Milanese. It's a very lovely summery dish, and I'm going to show you how to do it from start to finish. So we're going to start off with our chicken Milanese dish by cleaning our chicken. And we're going to take our standard random chicken breast, which you can buy at the grocery store, and we're going to break it down into little cutlets. Okay? This knife right here is a carving knife, and I like to use the carving knife because of the sharpness of it. It's a very sharp knife, it's long, and it's easy to handle. Whenever you're using a knife, make sure you always watch your fingers. Never hold your hands out straight. Curl your fingers with your thumb behind your forefinger, and that will help prevent you from ever cutting your hand. When I do this, I take my hand and I lay it flat on top of the chicken so I won't ever cut the bottom of my hand. And I take the chicken, I come across and I cut it into little fillets and medallions. And I go right down. And I try to keep them about eighth to a quarter of an inch thick. To be honest with you, I like to use free-range chicken or nothing with hormones. And the reason is the hormones that they're putting in the chickens now make them grow so fast that you get these lines. Do you ever see the white lines in the chicken in the grocery store? That's actually growth marks and stretch marks because the chickens are growing so fast, and it creates a cartilage, and that's why sometimes you get a tough chicken breast. So I tend to go towards Bell & Evans or an all-natural chicken, nothing that's got GMOs in it. So after we put the chicken in there, we take our favorite Italian dressing, whatever you want, and you put it on there as a marinade. And you let your chicken breast, mix it around, and you let it sit for roughly an hour or two. So Mindy K's, my brother Todd was doing the insurance for the girls for 20 years on Mindy K's. The girls were after me to buy this place for 5 years. I would stop in for breakfast on my commute to Southington because I was working for the AquaTurf Group at the time. I was one of their executive chefs, and I ran the Back Nine Tavern for them, which was their golf course, which helped me learn more about banquets and doing larger venues, which was awesome. And the Calvinese family, who owns the AquaTurf, was so involved with the community up there that I would donate. Every year they would have a gala, and I would donate my time and donate a wine dinner that would raise money for whatever charity they were donating for. So when I came to the Shoreline, I got involved with the community doing the same thing, because it's very good to be involved with your community. It's great public relations. It makes me feel good at night and during the day, because I love giving back. There's a lot of selfish people out there right now, and I don't like being one of them. My piece of advice is the self-satisfaction giving to the community is priceless. It comes back to you threefold. It's staying on the side of good karma. I'm definitely a believer in good karma and bad karma. Communities need to work together. People need to help each other out, and there's a lot of people that aren't as fortunate as you. A lot of people get up in life and they think, oh my God, I'm miserable, this, that. You're on this side of the dirt every day, and every day that you're on this side of the dirt is a blessed day. So you know what? If you have a little bit to give, because it's going to come back to you eventually. So our next step also now for the breading part is a flour, egg, and breadcrumb mixture. So we take our marinated cutlets. You first flour them. Try not to over flour. Shake the excess flour off. Dredge it in the egg. And this reminds me of something that I did a few years back. We did a video for, it was a fundraiser, and it was during COVID when no one could leave, and we did, basically you bought a box and all the ingredients were in the box, and the video went along with it and showed you how to prep it from start to finish. It was actually a pretty good thing, and it raised money for cancer, so it was awesome, because I like getting involved with certain fundraisers and certain things for anything to do with charity, and I like to get involved with the community with helping kids and all the schools, the drama departments, et cetera, et cetera. And then our breadcrumb mixture. And our breadcrumbs, as I said, I like to use the 4C's because it's one of the better ones on the product. The flavoring, you don't have to do anything to it. It's ready to go. We get the seasoned ones, and when you find something good and you find something you like, and you find something, if you own a restaurant, you find something your customers like, or you find something your kids like, utilize it, because they're the ones making the decisions. They're the ones eating the food, and if they like it, you don't try to fix it. You don't try to fix something that's not broken, and these breadcrumbs aren't broken. You don't need to do anything to them. I go with what my gut feels. I research the product to make sure that there's no hidden chemicals or anything in there, or something I wouldn't want to put into someone else's body. Because one of the things too is, since I bought Mindy K, is I am a cancer survivor. I got diagnosed with kidney cancer right after I purchased this restaurant. I have changed my whole lifestyle and what I eat, and the preserve, because a lot of the chemicals that we put in our food nowadays are actually not healthy for you. And I don't mean to sound like an anti-food advocate, but I'm more of a natural guy. I'm more of that's why the chicken I use is a free-range chicken with no GMOs. It's no growth hormones. There's some people in this industry that it's all about the money, and if it was about the money, trust me, I would not be in this business. It would not whatsoever. It's a lot of work for a very little bit of money. The most rewarding thing to me and the most priceless thing to me is when a customer comes in here, orders something, and their reaction is wow, and they tell 10 friends, and you hear about it. I've been in the local grocery stores around here, and when I go to the store, I'm not wearing my Mindy K stuff, and I've heard people talking about this place, talking about the meatballs, talking about, you know, how we roast our own turkey breasts and everything. And to me, that makes me smile. That is priceless. There's no money. You can't put a dollar value on anything like that. You come in here, you might not be able to get your food in 5 minutes, because we don't everything is 90% of the stuff is done from scratch, and our meatballs are done from scratch. We roast our own turkey breast from scratch, and it's just stuff we love to do. It's just the two gentlemen I've worked in the kitchen have been with me for 9 years. They traveled from Plainville, Connecticut, down here to Old Saybrook because of the passion that they have for food and the passion that I have for food. I have my little makeshift burner here that we're going to use today to saute the chicken off. Put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of the pan. I like cooking with a little extra virgin. I do touch it with a little bit of vegetable oil though, just to raise the heat point, because extra virgin will burn on you very fast. We'll place the chicken inside, and we're going to cook it till we're golden brown. So I've been a chef for quite a long time, 35 years. I started off when I was a kid. Both my grandmothers were chefs, and I love to cook. Ever since I was a kid, I've been cooking. Cooked for all my friends. My father owned a restaurant and a bar. Worked with him quite a bit. I always spent time in the kitchen just because I had an extreme passion for it. When most kids were out running around at night and playing and doing whatever, I would go in the house at 10 o'clock and make everybody food. That was my thing. I went into the service for 4 years, and I served this country. I was an infantryman and had nothing to do with cooking there, but when I got out, I got drawn right back into being a chef, and I loved it. And that's what my passion was, and I just followed my passion. And if you follow your passion and you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I spend 7 days a week here at Mindy's, working every day because I love what I do. My favorite thing is the customers. The customers to me are totally priceless, and I love hearing their stories. I love hearing about them. When people do come in, and especially the schools and stuff, and they need things for, the kids. They need a donation for football. They need a donation for the drama department or whatever. I'm more than willing to help out and give. Because I just enjoy it. It's a good thing. You got to make sure your heat is not too high, unlike what I just did and burnt the edges there. Yeah, a medium heat is good. You don't want the oil to hit its smoke point. But you want to get some nice breading on it. You want to make sure it's nice and cooked. One of the things I do love about food the most is learning about food and the different cultures. different ethnic backgrounds. That's why the menu here at Mindy's is so vast with everything we do. I've done Indian weddings here. I've done Indian rehearsal dinners here. I've done Ethiopian food. I've done Austrian food. People come in and ask me, and I find it, if I haven't done it, I find it a challenge. And I go out and I research it, and because I want to make sure I'm doing it right. It's as I said, it's a passion. It's a lot of fun, and I love what I do. So now that we got that nice and sauteed up and nice and golden brown, I top it with some burrata cheese. And I like using burrata instead of fresh moots because the burrata's got a nice soft creamy center to it. Growing up, as I said, both my grandmothers were chefs. One came from Italy. She was a chef over in Italy and came here back in the 50s. The other, when she came here, she became a chef, and she was a corporate chef for actually Uline. So I basically grew up in kitchens. My Uncle Dominic owned a place. They were very inspirational to me, especially during the holidays. Because like Christmas, they would be over the house 2 to 3 days before, doing nothing but baking, cooking, getting everything prepared. Because we did the 7 fishes every year, and there's a lot of work involved with that. Both my grandmothers made their own pastas. Everything was made from scratch. There was no waste. Every Sunday, we called it Sunday dinner. There was my grandmother used to call it a manast. She would take what was in the refrigerator from the week and just put it in, make a big pot of like soup with it, and it was good. It was Italian peasant food, and that's what I grew up on. So now our chicken breast has come out of the oven, nice breaded. We have the burrata cheese on top. Now we're going to finish our plate. So what I have here are some nice Roma tomatoes. This is a great spring, summery family meal. So our Roma tomatoes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to core the tomato. Now I'm going to dice the tomato. To me, it's very stress relieving because that's me. It's very stress relieving. It takes my mind away from anything else in my life that's stressful. When people come in, as I said, when people come in here, their reaction to the food is priceless to me. When they say wow or they say excellent, that to me is worth more than any money that could go in that register. So in this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my field greens, place them in there with some diced tomatoes. I'm going to place the chicken breast on the plate. And what I like topping these with, because it is a summery dish, I take a little red wine vinegar. A little bit of orange juice, fresh squeezed. There's a little bit of lemon and lime juice. So we're making a quick, basically like citrus vinaigrette. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Some of our seasoning mixture again, the salt, pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion. Just put a pinch on there. Some fresh basil. Some fresh parsley. Toss it around. You want to just coat the greens and the tomatoes, because if you overdress them, then you just have to get this wilted mess of block. Place on the top. Over the top like this. We finish with a little balsamic glaze. That's our chicken Milanese. If you enjoy what you do and you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Hence, that's why I'm able to, it doesn't bother me to work 7 days a week, because I love what I do. This is my life, this is my lifestyle. It's a life that I chose.